Hey leaders, I hope that you all have been prospering in your purpose and dominating in your destiny. It is Coach Takumbo here with another installment in our leadership talks. And in this series, we're going to talk about communication for leaders and how we can improve to be better communicators as leaders, because we understand that once we are able to articulate ourselves or we're able to express our feelings and express ourselves, we are able to create stronger teams. We are able to create cohesive teams. And so I want to jump into courageous conversations. If you are watching this, I want you to type in the comments communication. If you are a leader that wants to grow and being a confident communicator, one of the things that some of you know about me is that I do have a minor in rhetoric, and that is communication, language. And so I took a lot of communication courses that were extremely interesting. And one of the reasons why I did it was because of law school, because we had to write a bunch of papers. I thought I was going to go to law school. And so one of the things we understand is that if you are going to be an effective leader, you're going to be influential. If you're going to leave an indelible impression on someone, you have to be able to know how to communicate well. And many of the things that are stifling leaders is their inability, or just the not being able to communicate well, or not being able to express yourself. And one of the things we're going to talk about in this video is courageous conversations. I want you to type in the comments, that's me. If you're a person that knows that you have a lot to say in the workplace, or you have a lot to say on whatever team that you lead in, whether it's out of the workplace, you're on a particular team and you need to communicate well, or you need to communicate better. And so I want you to be more confident in your communication if you're on a team and you know that you have some information that you want to share, because oftentimes we don't speak up, or we allow things to go on, or we allow the status quo to live on, even if it's harmful to other people, we allow it to continue because we do not have the confidence to communicate. One of the things that's interesting about this video that I'm excited about is that I had to reflect on my own leadership journey. And when I was younger, and type that's me if you have this same issue. When I was younger and I was in school, I used to be the kid or the student that got in trouble because I always had something to say. I always was speaking up for the rest of the group. And I would speak up on behalf of the rest of the group because people will be complaining about the same thing. And so we all had the same complaint, we all had the same gripe. But I was the only person in the room that had the courage to speak up. And you know what happened? I really got in trouble. And so throughout the years, I think it was like high school, I was getting tired of it. I was like, man, everyone is, upset about this. We all failed the test. We all felt like the scenarios would be, oh, we failed a test and we didn't get that information before we took the test. And lots of people would complain, and then I would speak up. So by senior year, I was getting tired of it. And I started to notice, you know what? I'm actually getting annoyed being the only person speaking up, and ultimately being the only person to get in trouble or getting reprimanded. Even if I wasn't formally getting in trouble, the teachers would think that I was causing trouble, or they would speak negatively about me because I spoke up on behalf of the entire crowd. But one of the things I understand is that as a leader, you probably are going to have to speak up for the crowd. You're going to have to be the person that stands out, and you're going to have to be the person that maybe you get in good trouble, right? And so now my mind is shifted and not thinking like, oh, this is negative, but this is good trouble to get into when somebody is upset that you are speaking up. And so I'm going to give you some instances where you should have courageous conversations, because there are times where you should go ahead and be quiet and not say anything. But these are the times that you need to speak up. And so I don't want you to be stifled, and I don't want you to be hindered because in times past you have felt like, why do I always have to be the bad guy? Or why do I always have to be the bad influence or cause trouble? You are not causing bad trouble. There, John Lewis talked about starting good trouble. I want you to type in the comments good trouble if you're excited about starting good trouble in whatever area of influence you are called to. So the first reason why you're going to actually speak up and have those courageous conversations is when it's a mass issue. When you realize that you're not the only person with the issue, it is affecting many other people, and all they're doing in the community, or all they're doing in the group, is griping and complaining. You're not going to get anything accomplished if every single person has this complaint. Every single person is disgruntled. And so this is not just a you problem, it is multiple people. And so maybe you do have to be the person that speaks up on behalf of the group, on behalf of the organization, because people don't want to speak up. And so you need to make that leap. This is why it's called being courageous, because many people, that maybe they don't want to lose their job. Maybe they feel like people are gonna be mean to them if they speak up. Maybe they feel like they're not gonna have better opportunities if they speak up. That is not your concern. Your number one concern is that you're speaking up because you want the workplace, or you want the organization, you want the environment, the community to run well. And you know that this particular issue is hindering a lot of people. So number one, is it a mass issue? Number two, are you solutions oriented? So when you are solutions oriented, you don't just have a complaint, but you're willing to work towards a solution, or you have a solution that you think can work. Because when you're having these courageous conversations, oftentimes people get upset, or the leader of the organization, or if you're not the head person of this organization, sometimes they get upset if you don't have solutions and you're not just coming with complaints. A courageous conversation means that you have a solution and you want to take a risk on bringing this solution forward and mobilizing people on helping this solution come to fruition, or helping this solution come to manifestation. And so you need to think about it when you're going to speak up. Do you actually have something, a plan in place? Have you thought through what are the pros and what are the cons before you bring the solution up with this particular person? Number three, you're going to speak up if the issue is oppressing a lot of people or it's unethical. So you need to think about, is what is going on harmful? This is why people have these things called whistleblowers, right? They always say these things. And oftentimes these whistleblowers, for the most part, are trying to blow the whistle, or they're trying to shed light on something that is oppressive, that's unethical, that is harmful or morally wrong. So if it's harmful to people's well-being, if it's harmful to their development, if it's going to cause harm, if it's repugnant, if it causes people to not have access to resources that will benefit their lives, you need to speak up. I want you to type in the comments, speak up. You are having these courageous conversations, or you're bringing this issue to light because you know that you are going to help bring a lot of solutions, or you're going to help bring a lot of peace, a lot of harmony to whatever community that you're called to, whatever area of influence that you're called to. So number one, you're going to speak up if it's a mass issue. It's not just you that's having this problem. It is multiple people, like it's 3 people, it's 4 people. And all you all are doing is griping and complaining. And really that's actually decreasing morale. Number two, it is solution. You have a solutions. You are solution oriented. You have some ideas that you can implement that you think can work. You have thought through the pros and the cons. You have thought through the fact that you have to take a risk. Number three, you are going to speak up. You're going to be courageous because this particular issue is oppressing people, or it's unethical. It's morally wrong. And number four, the time to speak up is when there's going to be when you're going to bring positive changes, when it's going to improve people's lives. You're not just speaking up just because you are mad about something that's happening in your personal life, or you are angry about a personal gripe. Because oftentimes, again, this is not a personal issue. This is going to be a mass issue or a mass solution that's going to bring positivity, that's going to bring positive changes in the community. When something is traditional, or it's mundane, or this is how we've always been doing it, and you feel like, okay, this is actually not going to help for the future that we're going into. And so now you have to speak up, because if you continue to operate in tradition, or you continue to operate in a mundane activity, it's actually going to bring harm, or it's going to stifle the organization, or it's going to cause the organization to be stagnant. And now you have positive changes. You need to speak up. It's going to help people to keep up with the times. Then have this courageous conversation, and don't think that you're starting trouble or bad trouble, because again, there is good trouble. And sometimes you need to be the person to disrupt some things, because things have been going on for far too long. And now you are the person that's seeing the issue, and you're like, wow, how come no one else sees this issue? Maybe God allowed your eyes to be open so that people don't stay stuck in a tradition, or stay stuck in harmful activities that's causing individuals not to have a good quality of life. And so maybe that's why your eyes are open. And I know oftentimes, if you're a person that prays and you see God's face, or maybe you just have a natural inclination to look at things and say, oh my gosh, how come no one else sees this issue? And you are the person that sees the issue. Maybe you see the issue because you are supposed to stand up, speak up, to stand out, and have this courageous conversation. All right. I hope that this video helped you. I want you to stay locked in with us. This month, we are having our I Decree Over My Year free sessions. We're going to have a time where we're going to talk about our declarations. We're going to decree things over our 2026. A lot of us experience disappointment even over the past 5 years, right? And so it was not only 2025 where you experienced disappointment. And so I don't want you to go into 2026 with the same disappointment. I want you to go and believe that that your destiny is going to arise. And one of the ways that we believe that our destiny is going to arise, or our destiny is going to shift, or our destiny is moving into the right direction, into a positive direction, is what we decree about our year. And so we're going to have some sessions where we're going to talk about this, where we are going to have some sessions where I'm challenging you to write out your decrees over what you believe about your finances, what you believe about your career, what you believe about yourself, your identity, where God is taking you. Join us. It is a free session. Click the link in the description to join us. I would love to have you. I would love for you to be a part of our community. We are continuing to push forward in responsible leaders growing in 2026. If you believe that you're going to grow in 2026, I want you to type in the comments, #grow, #grow. I cannot wait to see you in our live sessions. Those are going to be free. So make sure that you sign up. All right. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure you let me know in the comments what your concerns are, or your questions. I would love to hear from you. All right. I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to build iconic dreams with y'all later. Love you like a leader. See you in the next video.